First of all, DEIMOS is a little bitch, and Uncle Vic is not a flower either. Hey, Days fans. So, first of all, I just want to say I'm sorry for not putting up a Days video in almost a month, y'all. Like I said before, I haven't really been up to date with a lot of what's been going on with the tea. And a lot of y'all probably know that I haven't really been a fan of the show as much anyway because, you know, the storylines for me are just getting really boring. But I did catch up with today's episode, and honestly, I'm pissed. Well, I saw a little bit of some of the episodes earlier this week, but anyway, today I was pissed, right? So, I saw the spoilers for this week about how, like, Aunt Maggie falls down the stairs because Damo's punk ass poisons her and tells Victor to his face, like, yo, I poisoned your woman, what you gonna do? You either need me or let her die. And so, Aunt Maggie gets sent to the hospital, and luckily she awakes, she alive, but the problem is they don't know if she's gonna be able to walk no more. So, honestly, that pisses me off because I've loved Aunt Maggie since the day I started watching it, and she is like the sweetest person on the show. So it's kind of like, you know, why would a mofo like DEIMOS like pull that bullshit? And at the end, he was like, oh, I didn't want to hurt Maggie. Bitch, yes you did. You trying to get karma from your brother. You trying to pay back the bitch or whatever. And you might have gotten her crippled. And so Uncle Vic, you know, tried to stab him in the chest, but then I think it recoiled and he started having chest pain. So either Deimos plotted something to fuck with Victor, or he just didn't stab correctly. But I was just getting pissed off. And also, what I meant with Uncle Victor's not a flower either, he was being a bitch to Summer. And I know, you know, Summer and Aunt Maggie don't really have the best mother-daughter relationship, but it's like, dude, it ain't your business to kick your wife's daughter out and say, oh, you better get out of here before I throw you out. It's like, you ain't the HBIC up in this mug, honey. And like, I mean, I know Uncle Vic is a hater. I mean, he's a hater to his son. He's a hater to his wife's daughter. But it's just like, dude, it's one of those times, even though it's a freaking soap opera, it's just one of those times where it's like, would you really hold a grudge when possibly just let it go for your wife's sake? But homeboy is just throwing mad shade as usual. I guess during this week's episodes, Chase got out on bail after it was revealed that he raped Sierra, and that Rafe and Hope was like how he get out, how he get the money, and that motherfucker begged take his little ass to jail for raping my boo Sierra. But homegirl's been crazy anyway. She's been drinking and doing all the crazy shit that she's been shenaniganing with. So Brady, and this is the part that kind of was like, ooh, girl, this is a medical situation. So Brady had, like, I guess a panic attack from Daniel's heart. Since Daniel's heart is in him, you know, he had I guess an anxiety attack about his mama. And I was thinking like, ooh, maybe, you know, since it's Daniel's heart in him and he's gonna have a panic attack, maybe that's like that mother-son intuition thing. So I was just like, possibly. So anyways, y'all, the other story about what was going on this week was, Abigail is somewhere locked around with Ben and the baby, and Chad was finding them. But then I got confused because I only saw the only episode I saw with Abigail's story this week was when Teresa was freaking out about her engagement party and her ring got lost, and she was just panicking the whole episode. I just don't know what's going on with Abigail's story. Is she just tripping, or is she really with Ben? Because she would take a nap and then wake up, and then she's with Ben, and then she would wake up again, and then she's with Chad. So it's kind of like, what the hell? And then even in today's episode, Chase went to go find Andre, and then Chad was like, oh, are you connected to him? Like, should you be arrested? He said something in those lines, right? So I just got confused with their stories, so you just let me know in the comments what's going on. Thanks! And then Steve and Aunt Kayla got freaky. They reconnecting their love or something. So, I mean, kudos to them, because it's like, okay, y'all can be a big happy family again, but, you know, next. But anyways, y'all, I apologize because, honestly, I'm not watching Days as much no more. Y'all, like, until they have some good storylines up in here, honey, I'm probably not going to watch it. Or if they have Paul in more episodes, I don't I didn't even get to watch the one where he went missing with John and then he ended up in the hospital. I didn't even get to watch that. So all I know was he was okay because he was at the engagement party. So I was like, yay, Paul's alive. He's okay. So thank goodness. But yeah, y'all, I'm just not like invested in the show as much anymore. And knowing that some of my classes intertwine with episodes, I don't know. I just don't have that passion for Days as much anymore until they change the storylines. But from what I've seen with some of the spoilers, Guy Wilson is not coming back anytime soon. And why would he when his character just got killed off a few months ago? And you know, I'm still a little salty that, you know, his role was, you know, cut off, you know, when it didn't need to, you know, someone else could have died instead of him. But yeah, y'all, like, I don't really know too much of the show right now. I just know episode by episode. I don't know the theme each week except a few spoilers here and there. But yeah, so keep me updated in the comments. And again, I'm sorry that I haven't posted a day's recap or review in so long. But until I see an episode where I'm like, oh my god, I gotta do a recap on this, I will be back. But until then, I will see you guys soon. So anyways, thanks for watching. Give me that thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Leave me comments what I've been missing up. You know, let me know what I'm missing out on. You know, who's fucking who's sleeping with who's stealing from who's killing who. Yeah, so anyways, y'all, I'll see you guys later. Have a good weekend. Be safe. Use protection. And I will hopefully talk to you guys very soon. So